How's it going, guys? We're here to take a look at some of the Halloween stuff coming up, as well as a couple of new items and some changes to the game itself overall. So, we've got a couple of things, and before we jump into that, I want to go ahead and mention that there is a few things that are just kind of being worked on that we don't know much about. So this first thing is going to be the new train cart system. And from some of the commits, it looks like the train carts are something that are going to be drivable. Since Bill is working on them, he is, well, one of the Bills. This specific Bill is the vehicle Bill, the one who made cars and stuff like that. And he's working on the cart. It looks like it has a windshield of some sort, and it is mountable. So it looks like there's going to be some kind of mining cart system thing set up. Will all train systems eventually, like all train tracks, eventually connect? I think that was a plan. How that's going to work, who knows? That's probably something that's going to need a lot of different work, but I would expect it to maybe be part of a new, part of one of the existing monuments as a new update, maybe, eventually. Who knows? We'll just have to see what that is. But I'm pretty excited to always see something cool. Let's just hope it's a little more useful and practical than the excavator is. So, with that aside, we also have the upcoming stables. And thanks to Shadow, he sent me a couple of pictures he has, and I grabbed a few others from various other places. We've got plenty of pictures of the stables. Yes, this does mean horses are going to be put behind a scrap wall. Do I know how much or anything like that yet? There's no information other than that they will be, and this is where it will be. It's going to be a safe zone. Who knows what else might be available here? We'll just have to see. I know that Helk is working on missions as a way to also get scrap rather than, current ways. And also as a way to possibly unlock blueprints and so forth. So maybe there'll be missions available there as well. We'll just have to see. Who knows when all of that system is coming in. For now, I know we'll probably just be seeing the stables eventually in an update similar to what we did with the fishing village and with the minicopters at Bandit Town. So, moving along from that, horses also saw a fix. There was a big issue with them where if they had full stamina, they wouldn't eat, and then they would starve to death and keel over. Well, with horses being something you have to pay for now and not just find free lying around somewhere, that would really suck to buy one and then have it slowly starve to death. Luckily, that has been fixed on staging and shouldn't be a problem any further. So, right now, as you can see, we've got various little Halloween items. So along with probably some of the older Halloween items that have shown up in various years, we've got some new ones. People have been begging for trophies. Well, guys, we've got skulls on a pike. Look at that. And then it has two other variations. There's one with the pumpkin, and then there's one with the candles. And I think this candles one's really cool with like the purple and black candles. It's really actually very sick looking. Now, the way this works is this will be an item available in the store that you're going to have to buy, and it just comes in as one default item. Obviously, you can place it on the ground or on foundations and ceilings. And then you can take it and put it into here, and it will have the two other different skins. However, currently that's not working because I don't own it, because there's no way to own it because it hasn't been in the store yet. So, the same thing is going to be going on with the little trophy skull. And the difference with this guy here is you actually put a skull into it. So here we have the skull of me. We put the skull in there, and you can see it now. Can we, there we go. It says TGG on it. And it's got several different versions. So there is a top one right here, and you can actually see it. It says skull of Yo Mama. So yeah, a little hard to see on the writing there. These will definitely be better put on a table or something. And then we've got the skull of Alistair over here. It's not actually. I'll explain that in a second. And this is just kind of pretty much the same thing, but it's a little bit of a different design. And then lastly, we've got the table stand one, and we've got the skull of Helk. So how did I get all these skulls on a private server where these guys have never even been on? And that is because there's now a command for server owners to play around with where you can create a skull and you can call it whatever you want. So it's just create skull, boom, you hit enter, and boom, there we go, skull of Helk. So if you want to do reward skulls, or I don't know, maybe a modder wants to make an event, the skull of me, crazy guy this or something, it's just something that'd be, easier implemented, and I think that's really cool. And people have been begging for some kind of way to display trophies, so this is gonna be cool. But most likely it will be some of the previous items, like I said. Of course, keep in tune. The update for Halloween is supposed to be the 26th, So you should be seeing some of these items pop in with the Halloween skins in the item store. So that'll definitely be a cool thing there. Now, moving on, we do have the rest of the Halloween event. It should pretty much function like it has in the previous years. There's a trick-or-treat hunt, and at night, the murderers and such come out and run the streets where you can find them. There'll be creepy music, creepy sounds at night, and yeah, that's kind of how that all goes. So we'll go ahead and show that here in a second, but there's been a few other changes to weather, so I figured we could probably check that out. We actually have a rain mild now, has replaced one of the, I believe, rain clear. And you hear that like metal sound? That's actually because of this guy right here. If we pick it up, you hear the metallic sound went away. Now you can hear the rain on metal again. That is really cool. It actually knows what it's hitting and makes the appropriate kind of sounds. So if you make a house out of sheet metal versus wood, it will sound differently, which I thought was something pretty neat. And if it hits things on your roof, it'll make different sounds on it. Alright, so we're over here and the wind has picked up a bit, and you can see that the actual snow just looks a lot more like snow now. So that's pretty cool. They're also working on some like stormy stuff and like blizzardy looking weather, and that's definitely going to be really cool as well. So it's really nice to see this kind of upgrade. But yeah, that's just kind of it with the weather. The weather's going to probably take a bit. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw early versions of it for testing and stuff, but I mean, that's kind of what the staging branch is too, so it might be a bit before we get weather in, but it's definitely something that I'm very excited to see the team working on. Just a whole new ambience to the game. That's just going to be really nice. Alright, so as you wander around at night, you're gonna run into these guys. The scarecrows, the murderers, or mummies, depending whoever Face Punch decides to give us this year. Looks like right here we got a scarecrow. And yeah, they're gonna come at you with various things like bean can grenades, chainsaws, machetes, whatever kind of thing. They're gonna be all about. And these are guys you can kill for some little Halloween loot, which is gonna be fun. So, they'll definitely be out and about at night. Alright, there we go. So, now that we got this guy, you can see he drops like a sickle, some other random stuff, things like that. Alright, we're back daytime, so it's just gonna be spawn space Halloween hunt, one word. It starts up. And there's a little bucket, but we'll get back to that in a second. So one of the loot items you can actually get is a bucket. And so what you're going to be going for is the candy laying around. You're competing against everyone else on the server. So if you've never done this before, you have to hold E on them to pick them up. Or you can also equip, let's say like this guy, and then you can just click. Oh, looks like we got a couple friends coming. Pick up. There comes this guy. Chasing us. And you just want to pick up as many as you can. And then at the end, there's going to be prizes. Wow, that guy took a lot of damage. There's going to be prizes that get given out. And you can open these loot bags for various different stuff. And that's pretty much all around the same as what it always has been. So you can look up the previous loot tables or wait until I do a full video on the Halloween stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with that there. We do have one last thing to show you, which I forgot. And it's actually the Destroyable road signs are in. Alright, I had to actually load an entire new world because it's one of those things that requires a actual new server to generate. So here we go, here's the server road sign, and bam, look. Bam, 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 and bam. And there we go, metal pipe and some road signs. Now, I'm actually curious, does a pickaxe work faster or better, or does it make no difference? Let's go ahead and find ourselves a next road sign to schwack. Let's see. Oh, of course there's no more down this way. It's okay, guys. It's okay. We're on a road. There's bound to be road signs. Or not. Was that really the only one? Alrighty. Well, we'll just keep cruising down this road here for a second. Oh, they're the murderers. Ah, here we go. Alright. Oh. Let's see if this ain't quicker. Seems about the same amount of hits, and looks like we got the same amount of stuff. So, alright. Doesn't seem to matter what it is. It looks like you can kind of treat it like the junk piles, pretty much, where you can just kind of hit it with a sword or whatever kind of thing. So let's just double check that, since there was another sign right there. Ooh, uh-oh. Want to hit that, and let's just, hey, you did not give me a sword, game. Alright, let's try another road sign real quick. Will this work? Yep. So, it looks like your fastest way is actually going to be schwacking it with whatever tool you have in your hand, and it doesn't seem to affect what it gives you. So that's pretty much our last little thing there. There's a couple other little notes and so forth, which obviously, you know, when the patch comes out, I'll go in more detail. Like, for instance, you can put a storage monitor on a vending machine now to keep track of what's in your vending machine from the app, or, you know, just from away. And you have a couple of little, you know, tweaks and changes there. But those are the major things, guys. We'll be back on the 26th to show you the full Halloween extravaganza and, you know, what to expect, loot details, and all that kind of stuff. Thanks for watching, and I hope you all have a great upcoming Rusty weekend.